How you doing?
Good.
Good to see you.
Yeah, you too. You too. Good. Paul, get a little Mondays with you.
Yeah, sure.
Literally, won't be too.
Yeah, I'll have a couple for questions.
Very quick, yeah.
Aye. Start, Joe.
Yeah, cheers. David, difficult starts again. You come away with a really impressive and deserved win.
Yeah, we were incredibly poor in the first 30 minutes. Looked as if we couldn't control it or pass it, and we never really got to grips with it. And I was pleased that it was only 1-0, and we were looking as if we were going to go into half time 1-0 down. But nothing had broke for us in the game either. No, nothing, no anything, any deflections were going in Fulham's favour, anything it was. And the one which really counted was Miko's. Miko's strike gets a bit of deflection and goes in. So that gave us a wee bit of hope and something at half time.
Yeah. Last week you went against you a goal out of nothing just before the break. This week it went twice.
Yeah.
How much did that change what you did at half time?
It did hugely change my thoughts, because I was thinking I'm going to have to make some changes and see if I can alter the way the game was going at half time. So it gave me a chance just to take a couple of breaths of air and have a look at things. And I'm glad we did, because I thought the team really showed themselves in the second half much better, much more like it. And obviously we got ourselves back into the game and got that victory.
Charlie Alcaraz did really well to win the ball, to win the corner for the equaliser.
He did.
And all goals.
Yeah, he did. I was impressed with Charlie. I thought he's done a lot of good things. Wasn't so sure in the first half, for the best part of the first half, but you're right, he helped win the corner, which led to the goal, and he obviously made the pass for Beto as well, or the final pass for Beto for the third goal. So yeah, it was good, but I actually felt that the two substitutes came on and made a huge impact, both Ellie and Dwight, so really pleased for them.
You spent months asking for better set piece deliveries. You finally get a really menacing corner. You get what you expect.
Yeah, scored by Keane.
Absolutely.
Yeah, who's probably had some difficult times, but I've got to say he played so well today. He was immense for us, and as you say, got the goal from the corner as well. So good on him. He's a great boy, great pro, sticks at his work, and showed his high level of professionalism by being ready for the game, because we had an injury to Jake and obviously you know about Tarky, so it meant that we were sort of looking a bit differently at the back.
And just on Jake's, man, I've asked what the injury is. How to it?
I don't think it's that bad. He sort of rocked his knee a little bit, so we only found out about it on Friday, so it was a sort of late call really.
Do you think you'll be able to play again this season?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, we don't think it's that bad, but I just don't have all the answers. We'll see how it goes through the week.
Just on the other changes you made to the starting lineup with the enforced rate tactical.
I decided to change. I thought that we had to come here at the start of the game and find a way of being sort of tough to beat, and it was good that we had people to come off the bench and help us.
And that away end was exceptional again.
Sorry?
And the away end was exceptional.
Oh, the crowd again was great, but you know, we've started to have a few wins on the road as well, so hopefully they're starting to enjoy their trips a little bit better. Thank you.
Hi David, is that the kind of win that makes you excited about next season, because it's clear you've built foundations now that can be built upon?
Look, I'm excited about next season anyway, because I want us to go to the new ground, and I want us to try and get results. And look, our results have been pretty good, but I'm not daft enough to think that you have to work for it. I wasn't hugely pleased with the performance in the first half, but generally the players have been so good. They really have. They've been terrific to work with. But the Premier League is so tight. No, I thought that Fulham could nearly take us out of sight for 20-30 minutes, but then, as it went on, we had a really strong period in the second half. So it just tells the Premier League, the games could swing very, very easily. There's a lot of teams very close in how they do it and what they do, and we were the ones who came out on top today.
Just a word on Beto as well. I'm sure you've probably spoken about this, but when you watch him, sometimes you begin to think how he hasn't played under the previous regime. How good is he in terms of what he does for the team and being that focal point? Strikers are judged on goals, but there's more to his game than that.
More to it. He's a great boy, I've got to say. He practices like you can't believe to try and get better, which when you've got that, then you've got something which is at least he's trying to get better. He's incredibly humble. He's very honest with himself. which gives a manager a great chance to try and improve you. So I have to say he's done great. I think they're saying he's got 8 Premier League goals. So I sort of said to him a couple of weeks ago, I said, look, you might try and get 10 if you think that he might have not really played that much and he's only really come on the scene in January. So if he could get another 2 between now and the end of the season, it wouldn't have to be a great run of games, goals for him in the sort of second half of the season.
David, Fulham have dropped 28 points now from winning positions this season. Was that something that came into your preparation, just in terms of the message to your players?
No.
Mentality, if you look behind?
I didn't even know the stat, which was... it's very easy sometimes to say these things about football clubs or football managers, because it's not... You don't think we're trying to do that. So I'm sure Marco's certainly not trying to do that. It can just... Sometimes the games are going... As I said, we were 2-0 up last week, and we've lost it. We've been in front, I think, in 4 games this year by 2 goals, and teams have pegged us back. So I think it's the way the Premier League is. I really do. And I don't think there's any sort of thing what the clubs are doing wrong or the teams are doing wrong. I think it's the quality on the other teams, really.
Great. Thank you, guys.
Good. I do the Monday side. Oops.
Yeah.